What's up, everybody? Just gonna record this quick video here. Full trade recap for today. By the way, I'm a little sick, so if I sound a little congested, it's probably why. But I'm just gonna dive right into this. So the first play of the day we took today was Lucid puts at 9:46 or 9:44. Sorry, I alerted these puts. At the time of the alert, the only candles that we could see were these first three candles right here, right? So this is all that was available for me to see. Now, I'll explain the reason I actually took this alert. So Lucid had an inside day this previous day right here, as you can see. So this was the range of the first day, right? We went from all the way down here to up here, and then yesterday we traded within this little channel, so that made an inside day. Now with inside days, it's super easy. You just play the break of the high or the break of the low. So we're playing the break of the low here. It's super simple. If you know me, if you've been around for a little bit, you know that all my strategies are very simple. There's no need to overcomplicate these things. You see, none of these charts have any indicators on them. So I took this initial breakdown right here. Uh, Typically, I would take on this first retest right here. I wasn't watching it to get the entry, but I got a pretty solid entry right here on this candle. So this is the original breakdown. Any level that we break down, almost, I would say 8 times out of 10 gets retested, right? So this is the retest, and this is the rejection. Okay. You see a lot of wicks up here. Watching this in real time, I mean, this candle opened down here, but it did go green. But when it wicks like this, it only shows you one thing and shows that there's a lot of selling pressure up here. You can tell by the first original candle here. You see the wick up top is a lot longer than the wick at the bottom. Right off the bat, you know there's a lot of selling pressure, right? Uh, Throughout the entire downtrend, all you see is big wicks at the top. Okay, so we took it on the rejection of the 38.4 level here, and targeting this level down here. Um, and we hit the first price target. Now, to see lower on every single one of these, it's the same concept. You have to have the candle close below. Typically, you see a retest and then continuation downside. So we saw that all throughout the day. All in all, we were probably all out of this trade. I mean, from here to I would say like right around here, it was still over 100% trade, right? Um, and then we went down and hit my final price target down here, right off, and bounced a little bit. So you could have used these levels to have multiple different entries. Uh, Here's a pretty good example of, you may not get the retest right then and there, but at some point you may get a retest, and that's what this is showing you. So we see the original breakdown. Now, what we're looking for is another candle to test this level, right? We don't get that. The candle opens down here, but we bounce off this level and come up and retest here. And then you see more downside continuation. So that was the first play was Lucid. That's how I played that. The second play of today was Ford. This was a failed trade. um, I took it on this candle close below my put trigger right here, and this candle opened below, so I took my puts. But obviously, we keep a pretty tight stop on all of these. So, if you're in short here, your stop is a 5-minute candle close above that level. We got that over here. So that was out. It was a quick, I think it was a 11% loss or something. But we were live trading today, so I alerted my call entry over here. Breakout, retest, and continuation. This was a nice 50% trade right here. So there was that. The next one I alerted was JPM. This was another fairly easy trade we took. It was flagging right here, so I'm looking for a break, honestly, either direction. And we saw the breakdown, and it broke below my put trigger right here, and we got the retest. So honestly, we just played this candle here because it retested and then hit the price target, same candle. So we were all out on here, but you could have definitely held this through the rest of the day because we tested this trend line again and rejected, and it was just a big drop throughout the entire rest of the day. I think somebody did hold these, and they ended up going a little over 130%. So that was a pretty solid trade. And then I played Moderna. This was one of my live trades that I alerted. So you can see this little bear flag that it formed up here, and then we dumped. I did see this pattern forming again. It wasn't as strong of an uptrend here, but it was still flagging. So I'm just looking for a breakdown below, and then there was this range box that we were trading in as well. So here's the break below, there's the retest, and then there's the downside continuation. These cons went, I believe, from like, I think it was $40, $50 to $200. So that was another really, really good trade. Other than that, the only other trade that I took was my SPY trade, and that was off of the ES charts. So originally I was long based off of solely like a technical standpoint. Um, looking back at it, I could have probably found a better entry or just not entered longs right before the meeting at all. Um, but it was off of this hammer, and any other day, a hammer like this, a 30-minute hammer like this, would usually play out. But we had the meeting coming in an hour, so it didn't play out the way I wanted it to. So we did, well, live trading, I did bag hold these longs. So even through here, I was still in, and I actually sold them up here somewhere when this 30-minute candle pumped. And so I got out of those for a small profit. But I played FOMC before, and typically it all goes the same way. Um, there's the market reacts to FOMC, and they don't like it. Last FOMC was a little different because everything was already priced in. But this one, obviously, it was not. So we saw the big drop here. As soon as I saw this 30-minute wick, that's when I entered in my puts. I took 475 puts. I took them at 0.42. Yeah, just double checking here. It was 0.42. And we rode them down. Honestly, I thought we would stop, somewhere around here, but it literally just kept going and going. So it was, I think, right around here that I sold them at 1.76. That was a 319% gain. That's the screenshot on my TikTok. So I was in pretty heavy. Usually FOMC, when it starts to find a trend, it usually just pumps like crazy in that trend. Last FOMC, we pumped up like almost, I think it was over 100 points. And then over here, we see almost 100 point move down. So that was pretty crazy. But that's the reason behind the puts that I took, the 475s. Other than that, that's pretty much all the trades that I took for today, with the exception of actually LW, which was 1K's play, so I don't really have any DD on that. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this short little video, and there's going to be a lot more of these coming soon, so just look forward to those. But that was today's play recap.